कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Lakshmana, after having listened to Sumitra Devi's advice, where she said, treat Rama as your father Dasharatha, treat Sita as your mother Sumitra, as your very mother Sumitra, treat the place where you are going to go, the Dandakaranya, as Ayodhya. The supreme interpretation to this verse is, treat Rama as Sakshat Sriman Narayana. Treat Sita as Sakshat Mahalakshmi. Treat the forest where you will be housed as Sakshat Ayodhya, which is Paramapadam Vaikuntham. She continues. She says, there could be a situation that may arise, Lakshmana, that in the middle of the forest, as you are serving your brother and sister-in-law, just like how you would serve your parents, there could be chances of forest fire. Because forest fires are very common, even from Bharatadesham till Indonesia, till even the California coast. Forest fires are common even today. So there could be forest fires where it will catch fire so fast that you may not be able to escape. Even in such a scenario, you should try your level best protecting your brother and sister-in-law. In the due process, if you feel that the forest fire shall engulf all of you, you should be the one who should sacrifice your life first even before they are gone. See, look at the thought process of Sumitra. दीप्तमग्निमरण्यं वा यदि रामः प्रवेक्ष्यति प्रविष्टं तत्र मां देवी त्वं पूर्वमवधारय. त्वं पूर्वमवधारय. Before that, before them accepting the fire, you should accept the fire. There is another interpretation to the overall verse cited by Sumitra to Lakshmana till now. She says, Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi, which also means, Lakshmana, I know you have extreme anger against your father Dasharatha, because he will later say, Aham tavan maharajam pitrutvam nopalakshaye. He is not my father at all. Lakshmana is going to utter that particular verse. So Sumitra says, I know my son's nature, I know you are against your father now. But do not disrespect him. I'll tell you why. Because he is Rama's father. Forget him being your father. He is Rama's father. You have respect for Rama, so you have to respect Rama's father. You should respect Dasharatha because he is Rama's father. And the second sub-interpretation given to that is, you have to respect Dasharatha because Rama respects his father. You are able to get the meaning. You have to respect Dasharatha because he is Rama's father. You should respect Dasharatha because Rama respects his father. Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi. Thereby, Mam Vidhi Janakatmajam Ayodhya Matavim Vidhi. By the grace of Rama, the forest shall turn peaceful. Because wherever Rama is, that will become civilized. Wherever there is civilization, it is Nagaram. Wherever it is the best of Nagarams, it is Ayodhya. So wherever Rama goes, that will become Ayodhya. Vanam nagaramevastu yena gacchati raghavaha Ayodhya matavim vidhi. So treat Rama as your father, Dasharatha. Treat Sita, Janaka's daughter, in my position, Mam vidhi Janakatmajam. Ayodhya matavim vidhi. Treat the forest as Ayodhya. After saying this, she says the word gacha, means walk, go behind. Gacha. Why gacha? The commentator says, Brahma Samhita, the commentary states, there is a work called Brahma Samhita which states, Yena yena dhata gacchati, tena tena saha gacchati. Wherever dhata, that is Paramatma, goes, there even the Jivatma shall follow. If Akaravachya Bhagavan is Rama, then Makaravachya Jivatma Lakshmana should follow. If he goes, you have to go. He is Paramatma, you are Jivatma, Gacha, go. The other meaning. Wherever the body goes, the shadow will follow. You know, Rama's body shadow is called as Lakshmana. You are not an individual person. You are actually the shadow of Rama. So you have to walk. Wherever the object goes, the shadow has to follow, right? If I have to leave the house, I will not say, my shadow stay in my house, I will alone go. Wherever I go, my shadow will follow. You are Rama's shadow. Gacha, go. The other meaning. The commentator asks, in Vaikuntham, in Paramapadam, Upanishads say, Yetat samagayan naste ha vuha vuha. Upanishad says, in Vaikuntham, the Jivatma that has attained moksham and has attained the Shukshma Shariram goes as Muktatma, along with the Nityatma will be singing praises of Paramatma. Etat samagayan naste will be doing Samaganam. It is called Samaganam in Vaikuntham. Ha vuha vuha. You will be singing praises of Paramatma. But the commentator asks, see, in Vaikuntham, Paramatma is stationed there. The Jivatmas, which are either Muktatma format or Nityatma format, are singing praises there. But here, Sumitra is saying Paramatma Rama is walking. So she makes a slight change to the statement. She says you have to sing praises of him by walking behind him. Gacha. After that she says, Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi Mam Vidhi Janakatmajam Ayodhya Matavim Vidhi Gacha. Walk. Go behind him. Then she has to address her son. All this advice is given by Sumitra to her son Lakshmana. She should have said Lakshmana, Saumitri, whatever is his name. But she says Tata. Tata means father. See, isn't this a confusion? Mother Sumitra is looking at her son Lakshmana and saying, oh my dear father, go behind him. Because Tata is a very tricky word in Sanskritam. In general, it denotes the father. For example, Vyasam, who is Veda Vyasa? Vashishta Naptaram, great grandson of Vashishta. Shaktev Pautram, grandson of Shakti Maharshi. Akalmasham Parasharatmajam, the son of Parashara. Shuka Tatam, the father of Shuka. So there the word Tata means father, simple meaning father. But the word father can be denoted in various ways in the Indian languages. For example, I'll take up the Tamil language. For example, Tamil is one of the world's oldest classical spoken languages, widely spoken languages, just not in the state of Tamil Nadu and the Indian states, but in various other Southeast Asian countries. So, Appa in the Tamil language means father. Appa means father. So, if you have to make it Sambodhana, in Sanskritam it is called Sambodhanam, where you give an exclamation to that word. So, Appa becomes Appane. So, Appane means you are exclaiming the word father. Appane, my dear, oh father. So, that is Appane. So, generally father is denoted by the word Appa or Appane. But if there is a little child in our house, that little child is talking so beautifully, so philosophically, I'll put my palms, Appane, which means it doesn't mean literally father, oh, the one who is to be respected. So this can be found across the Indian languages. I have given one example of the mother tongue which I speak. Suppose you are a Hindi speaking person. For example, Sahab. We say Sahab, right? Which is something very venerated or respectful. When a little child says Sabji, so that little boy deserves respect because of his knowledge. Similarly, when Lakshmana has volunteered to go to the forest, he is matured as a son. So the mother now feels that I have to give respect to my son. So she says, Gacha, Tata, oh my dear one who is to be respected, Yatha Sukham. That is going to give you happiness. What is going to give you happiness? That is when she says, you have to get that much of respect, my dear son, which will give you so much of happiness, where today you are treating Rama as your father. Later, with your services, with your kainkaryam, you should reach a state where your brother is calling you his father. In the sense, from now onwards, when you go to the forest, your services should be so pure that later when someone asks, who is your father Rama, Rama should forget Dasharatha and say, Lakshmana is my father, he is doing so much of services like how my father used to do it for me. Later he says, Bhavagnena Kritagnena Dharmagnena cha Lakshmana Tvaya Putrena Dharmatma Rasamritah Pitamama. So, Yatha Sukham means don't just go happily and live happily and perform services so happily so that your brother calls you the father from now on. Yatha Sukham. So, one verse in Ramayana has so much of meaning. Now, Dasharatha starts lamenting. He tells to Kaushalya and Sumitra, when am I going to see that majestic, royal, elephant-like, lion-like gate of Rama? Every morning, Kausalya, Sumitra, I have been waiting to see Rama's gate. How will I be witness to such a gate from tomorrow when he has left Ayodhya? Atha Ramascha Sita cha Lakshmanascha Kritonjalihi Upasangrihya Rajanam Chakrurdina Pradakshinam. The three of them came. They did a Pradakshinam, circumambulation around their parents and went. This is when one of the mystic saints remarks, see, you see three different kinds of mothers in Ramayana, he says. Why? One mother, she says, my son should live happily. The other sons should suffer. That is Kaikeyi, type A variety of mothers. My son should be happy, other sons should suffer. Type A. Type B. My son should be happy. I am not bothered whether other sons suffer or they don't suffer. I am not particular about that. My son should be happy. That is type B, Kaushalya. Type C. Even at the cost of my son's suffering, the other sons should be happy. That is Sumitra. So you have three varieties. My son should be happy, other sons should suffer. Kaikeyi, type A. My son should be happy. I am not bothered about other sons. Type B, Kaushalya. Other sons should be happy. Even at that cost, my sons can suffer. Which is type C, Sumitra. So, the mystic saint tries to classify the mothers that way. Now, Kaushalya starts crying profusely. She says, what kind of a sin I have committed to see my son suffer in the forest? Tatha rudantim Kausalyam Ratham tamanudhavatim. She ran behind the chariot. Kroshantim Rama Rameti Hasite Lakshmaneti cha. She was yelling out, Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, the chariot is going, and she ran behind the chariot. Kroshantim Rama Rameti Hasite Lakshmaneti cha. This is the state of the mother Kaushalya, Sumitra, her sons in Ayodhya. We will now be witness to the last moments of Dasharatha, the monarch who ruled for many decades, as per Ramayana, even thousands of years, on a very conservative calculation for many decades. His last moments are a very emotional tale of how the father is sensing the separation of his son. Next episode.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.